Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know about the Washington Commanders free agency in 2023, who's free agents and some targets they could go after, how much money they will have, and much more. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Also hit that like button and that notification bell as well. A few subscribers away from 10,500, so please help me get there. So free agency is right around the corner, less than 24 hours away. Technically not free agency, but the legal tampering period or negotiating window begins at 12 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. So if this is from Field Yates, teams may discuss deals with agents for upcoming free agents, and terms can be agreed to at any time after 12 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. No deal can be signed and finalized until after 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and I believe that is when the new year begins, is March 15th, 4 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. So a lot of deals will be finalized on that date. I am very, very excited, and yeah, deals can't, be agreed to until Wednesday, but pretty much, teams have been talking to players and agents over the last few weeks. They know what their worth is, and they've already, some of them, talk to teams, and some of these deals are already lined up for the bigger name guys. So we'll see some names tomorrow, maybe not for the Commanders, but we will see some names. So that is just a background on when everything starts. If you guys did not know, tomorrow 12 p.m. Eastern time is when people will start to hear, oh, certain player signed for a 3-year $40 million deal, whatever. So some Commanders free agents, let's go over that. Not going to give my, a lot of opinions on if I want them back or not, but just going to give you guys the free agents that are available. And sorry for all the ads on this page, but, they have all the free agents. So Carson Wentz, I guess, technically is Bobby McCain, but we released them. Wes Schweitzer, Trey Turner, Cam Sims, Taylor Heineke, F.A. Obata, Tyler Larson, John Bostic, Nick Martin, Khaleke Hudson, Milo Eifler, and actually Khaleke Hudson, we'll talk about that in a second, but they just agreed to terms on a 1-year extension for him, so he's off that list. Milo Eifler, Jarrett Patterson, Jeremy Reeves, Eli Wolf, Cole Holcomb, and Rashad Wildgoose. And I believe Rashad Wildgoose, they also agreed to terms on the deal, not 100% sure. But out of these guys, some guys that I think they could bring back: Wes Schweitzer, Cam Sims maybe, but with the signing of Marcus Kemp, it makes it a little less likely that they bring him back. And, they already got Jahan, Terry, and Curtis, and then Diami, who are definitely above Cam Sims. And then you bring in Marcus Kemp, and you still have Dax Milne. I just don't know if they are going to re-sign him. Wouldn't mind it. Heineke's another guy. I think for the right price, they'll bring him back. If not, he'll get a solid deal elsewhere. F.A. Obata, a lot of these guys just depends on, will another team overpay? Because I think a lot of these guys the Commanders would want to bring back at a reasonable deal. Guys like F.A. Obata, even Cam Sims, Taylor Heineke, Milo Eifler, there's not going to be competition for him. And then Jeremy Reeves, Jarrett Patterson, Cole, like all these guys. If there's reasonable deals, I think they'll bring them back. At Cole Holcomb on John Keim's podcast is another nugget that some agents think that he's worth around he's going to get around $7 million a year. That is a lot, or a decent amount, versus I think I saw, like he said, David Long, they were saying $4 million a year. So if that's the case, we'd probably just rather have Long, but still definitely want to try to, keep Holcomb. And, Jeremy Reeves is another guy I want to keep. Again, not going to get into too much detail, but I'll just go over some guys I want to keep. Patterson, would not mind bringing him back for a very cheap deal. Don't need Bostic back. Larson is good, but 2 years in a row with your backup getting hurt for a season-ending injury, I just can't have that. So I don't want him back, even though I think he's a good guy, he's a good backup. But if we're keeping Chase Roulier, we definitely can't keep Tyler Larson because the combination of injuries between the two. F.A. Obata, solid. If we can get him for cheap, I want him. I want Heineke back. I do. I know some people don't, but I want him back. And the Wes Schweitzer would be a solid backup to have. I don't want him starting, but as a good, he's a good backup to have. But I still think you need to go after a good free agent guard that's coming in and guaranteeing starting. So that's kind of the free agents we have. Our cap space, we're at about $15 million in cap space. So not a lot. $19 million of that went away after the Carson Wentz move. So we definitely went down a little bit in cap space, or not after the Carson Wentz move, after the Daron Payne move, because we franchise tagged him and that deal is guaranteed. That's $19 million guaranteed. If we come to agreement on a long-term extension with him, maybe when the new owner comes in, that cap hit will probably be reduced by $10 million. And I think they're going to factor that in a little bit. So in terms of their cap space health compared to other teams in the NFC East, they're really right around their enemies in the Giants and the Cowboys and the Eagles. Where are the Eagles? The Eagles are significantly lower, but they're in an okay situation. I mean, pretty much middle in the league. I'm going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right in the middle. And they can create cap space, a lot of it, if they restructure deals. But again, with the Dan Snyder situation where he doesn't have a lot of money in terms of right now on hand, cash on hand, he's not very liquid. He's not going to, and this has been the last few years. They haven't restructured deals a lot like other teams converted deals to signing bonuses. You need money for that, to convert deals to signing bonuses, to give them money straight up. So they haven't been able to do that. And I don't think that'll change until a new owner comes. But when a new owner does come in, again, we can save some cap on the Daron Payne news. And I did make a video detailing all that if you guys want to watch that. But Daron Payne, that could save some cap space. And then guys like Chase Roullier and Logan Thomas are potential cut candidates. I'm thinking Logan Thomas is going to stay, even though I would probably rather move on from Logan Thomas than Chase Roullier, honestly. Chase Roullier, though, I think there's this maybe a 50% chance, maybe a little bit higher, that he gets released or it's going to be restructured or a pay cut. Some other guys that not take a pay cut but a restructure, Kendall Fuller, Charles Leno, Curtis Samuel. Charles Leno, I don't think he'll get cut, but that could arise if they draft the tackle in the first round and he doesn't want to move to right tackle. And that's really it. I'm trying to think of any other big names that they could restructure. There's probably a few, but those are the main guys. I'm sure Jonathan Allen, that deal, and Terry could maybe get restructured a little bit in terms of not giving them less money, obviously. I'm just saying in terms of more, just restructure it and create some cap space. All these teams do it. We just don't because we don't have the money. And that will factor in to our offseason in terms of how much, we can spend. So don't expect any big moves. And of course, because Snyder's about to sell, so he has no incentive to pay a huge contract to a guy when he's about to leave. And yes, I understand that the whole deal will not be paid by Dan Snyder, but there's a thing called a signing bonus, and that is usually paid right away by the owner, and they get it up front. So if it's a small deal, like a $5 million deal with $10 million a year, with a $10 million signing bonus, I don't think Snyder will care that much. But when you get to that Tremaine Edmonds level, where he's gonna make close to $20 million a year over 5 years, that's a lot of money for Snyder to put up, and he's probably not gonna want to do that. But I think we'll get a lot of small signings, which with not a lot of signing bonuses. But I do hope we make some not big signings, but a Kendall Fuller type signing, around $10 million a year. Would not mind that. The Eagles guard. Would not mind him at all. And then some news: Commanders signed Khalil Hudson to a 1-year deal, and yeah, not bad. I don't think he should be playing much. If he is, you're in trouble. But he's a good, unless he improves a lot. But he is a good special teams guy and a good back of the end roster linebacker. If he's your 6th linebacker, that's good. Maybe even 5th. He should not be your 3rd linebacker or 4th linebacker. So that's just my take on the Hudson news. I like it because he does have some potential. I thought he had a solid rookie year. And, bring him back, see what he does. He'll compete for a roster spot, knows the system, and I think it's a solid move. But, nothing major, and, definitely have to upgrade that position. And look at this. Look at the free agent market for the linebackers. You got guys like Tremaine Edmonds, Bobby Wagner, Levante David, David Long, Eric Kendricks, Bobby Okereke, probably mispronouncing that, TJ Edwards, Jermaine Pratt, Van Der Esch, Rashad Evans, Quan Alexander, Devin Bush, Kaiser White, and more. If you don't sign a minimum of one of those names, I do not want a David Mayo type signing or someone like that. Give me a guy that can start right away. Even if you bring back Cole Holcomb. If you bring back Cole Holcomb, I still want one of these guys. I still want you to bring back one of these guys. If you sign if you don't sign Cole Holcomb, sign two of these guys or sign one of the like upper tier guys like Levante David or David Long or Bobby Wagner, maybe even Tremaine Edmonds. But linebacker needs to be addressed, and here are some of the big names that I think they should definitely try to target, and I really hope they do, because the linebacker position is not great. It's not great. So that's kind of it. Again, we'll have updates all of this week. I don't know if we're going to have a lot of videos or a lot of moves, but we will see. I'm excited, though, for free agency. Don't expect a ton to happen because of the Dan Snyder money situation, but still, maybe we'll have a 2020 type year where we had a lot of solid deals. Like, did we have any stars? No, but, Logan Thomas, J.D. McKissick, Wes Schweitzer, even like Ricky Seals-Jones was a solid signing. Kendall Fuller was a good signing. Like, that was a pretty good class. Even though they didn't spend a lot of money, it was a good class. So that's probably what's going to happen this year. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.